I get the pleasure of introducing you to a good friend of mine who was recently hired as the Main Street manager for the downtown area of the city of Hiram. He is an avid fantasy baseball player, and he'll kill me for saying that, and also a big fan of the Mets. We toured together as interns on the 2011 intern team, and so I'd really encourage you to give him a listen. Please welcome my friend, John David McLean.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. It's been a few years since I've been to a conference. I'm intern in 2011. That was my last conference. It's my first time being here since then. And I just want to say, I've been in school and graduating next May, so I've had that college experience, and people are not doing what you guys are doing here anywhere else, especially not at college. I'm going to tell you right now, I want to tell you a quick story. I did some interviews this spring for a class. Supposed to interview people within our field. I'm in city planning, so I interviewed some city planners. Now, we're supposed to interview 3 or 4. I decided to interview 10 or 11. So I'm a little bit of an overachiever. So I interviewed a lot of city planners, and one of the questions I asked them is, what are the great qualities of a city planner? What should every city planner have? And they all had different answers, because they all had different fields. There was one consistent answer. It was crazy. They all said the same thing. They said one thing. They said you have to be an excellent communicator. And it struck me as strange. Every single one of them, not a single one said anything different. And they said that, this is something that every city planner struggles with. They have these great plans. They leave school with a great degree, great training. But they cannot communicate their ideas to anybody else. And it stops them from moving ahead in life. It stops them from making effective change in their communities when they're trying to help. It takes them 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, I was told, for people to effectively learn how to be better communicators in their field. Fast forward to this week. I was recently interviewed for a job to be the Main Street manager for the city of Hiram. I was hired. I just want to say this job is not a job you typically get as an entry-level person, and certainly not as someone who is in school. And I asked the city manager who interviewed me afterwards, I said, what set me apart? Why did you hire me? I don't understand. There were so many people who had better qualifications, more experience, who were much older. He said, I have never seen someone as young as you who has these kinds of leadership skills. There is so much potential. We want to invest in you. We're excited to see the kind of things you can do for our city. Simply put, what you guys are doing here is weird. It's not normal. And you'd think you learn it later on. But I'm telling you right now, college, they give you a degree, they give you skills, you can learn great things in the workplace. And while you may leave with skills, no organization, no place turns out leaders more than this organization. So I just want to challenge you as you move forward, whether it's college or whatever it is, you keep in mind the skills you have here and use them as best you can, because they will serve you well. I promise you, the more time you spend here training to develop these skills, be an effective communicator, they will serve you well in the future. I know they have for me. Thank you.
Welcome, newly elected U.S. Congress representatives. This is how our first session of Model Congress, affectionately known as ModCon, began yesterday. I've really enjoyed doing Model Congress with these kids because it's been so encouraging watching all the light bulbs go off and watching them finally get Model Congress. So now we have a few awards to hand out. Yes, so you get a state placard with signatures from me, Tim, and Jonathan. And so first we would like to recognize the best representatives of the people. And so that is all of the representatives from the state of Pennsylvania. So if you're from the state of Pennsylvania, please come forward.